Okay, so what I decided I wanted to do on this side, I was thinking of a bird, but I don't think I really want to do a bird. And that would also involve more drawing, and I don't really want to do that either. So I went on to the digital database that Tony posted a link to. It's on the New York Public Library. Under their digital database, they've got a bunch of really cool things. And I found this. I think I decided I want to do butterflies, because we've got the Be Still. And I'm kind of picturing her watching these butterflies. And you have to be really, calm around butterflies so they don't go flying all way on you. So I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm using all of them. I definitely want to use this over here somewhere. And I might just cut these out individually and put them in individually. I like the colors kind of fit with the oranges. So yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna cut these out individually and I'll speed through that part and come back. I think that looks okay. Yeah, that looks okay. They're a little crooked. I wanted them straight, and I kind of didn't put them on straight, and then when I tried to move this one, because I printed it on my just regular printer paper, I don't know why I did that, that was dumb, but I printed it on regular printer paper, and it kind of started to tear when I went to move it, so they're crooked, but that's okay. I like them. For my girl over here, I'm going to use, for her, to paint her face, and I'm going to use, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be good. This way. Okay. Everything's upside down, so it's hard to tell which way to go. All right. I'm using Liquitex Basics. This is the unbleached titanium. I use this a lot for skin tones. I never use anything straight out of the bottle for skin tones because I haven't found anything yet. I mean, that is a weird skin tone. So I never use anything straight out of the bottle for skin tone. So I'm going to use a combination of this. I'm going to use just some white, titanium white. I like this. I just got this color, and I like this for faces. It's Folk Art, just regular acrylic craft paint, and the color is Crushed Coral. You see that? I don't know if it'll. Yeah, it's Crushed Coral, and it's just really pretty. It will go cohesively with my background colors nicely, I think. So we'll use that for the pink, and I'll probably use some of this. I got this on clearance, super cheap. This is Artist Loft Level 2. It's similar in like liquidiness. It's not a word, but to the golden, the fluids anyway. It's similar to, it's a fluid acrylic, so it's similar to some other fluid acrylics. It just was 99 cents for this tiny little bottle, and it works fine, so I bought it. So I'm probably going to use that for some shadowing, maybe. And then I'm going to use a combination of this avocado. It's Handmade Modern from Target. I love this color. I'm going to use this and probably some of this clover, maybe not, I don't know, for her eyes. Not sure yet. We'll see. And then, so let's get started on the face before I start rambling on again. So I'm going to start with this bigger brush and add a tiny bit of water. Just a little bit. I'm going to take some of my unbleached titanium, quite a bit of white, because I want to start light. Do I want to start light? I don't know. I don't always start. Some people like to start with darks and go lighter. And I kind of do that too, but I kind of start with a medium. Like just a basic, I'm gonna add a little of this coral just to pink this up a bit. Yeah. I personally like to start with a medium tone. My girls tend to be kind of pale to begin with, and then sometimes I add a lot of shadow, sometimes I don't. Add a tiny bit of brown. What the heck? There we go. That's looking good. So I start with kind of a medium range tone for my faces. And then I build up my highlights and I add shadows. This is similar to what I have going for the background already. So I am just going to lightly brush this over the majority of her face, like leaving the eyes. I want to still be able to see some of my texture from the background. So I'm really just doing a very thin layer. I don't want to completely cover all the work I did for her nose, because then I'll get frustrated because I won't be able to remember how I did it. Some highlight here, basically just lightening up any area of the face that sticks out. So up across, I always do across the brow bone a little. You have that highlight up here in the corners of your brows, and then tip of your nose. Actually, I'm not going to do the tip of your nose with this brush because that just wouldn't work. Chin, cheeks a little. I don't know. I'm going to add a few different things for the cheeks, so I'm not sure about that. And then I have to decide where I want my light coming from for this. I think I'm going to have my light, well, given the shade, like what I've already put on there, I'm going to have the light kind of coming in this way. So all of my highlights are going to be kind of to this side of the raised areas, so like this side of her chin more than the other side. I'm going to do this side of her neck a little bit too. I'm going to mix, I need some more water. Mix some of this together. I'm going to highlight just this shoulder like that. I mean, it's not going to be super accurate. Not going for photorealism here, or going for whimsy. So So now I'm going to take my pink, my coral, and I'm going to mix it with a little of this. Can you see that? Sorry, I'm off the thing. I'm mixing it with some of my skin tone here. A little more of that. There we go. And a tiny bit of brown maybe. Just to give a nice blush color. Can you see that? I'm going to use this for her lips. Mostly, I'll use, for now, I'm going to do her entire lip pretty much the same color. Sort of. But it's not going to stay that way. I just want to, you know, define the area where her lip is. And then I want to go in, not with that brush, I'm going to go in with the bigger, that 1/2 inch scruffy brush. Whoops. That's peeling. And I'm going to do her cheeks, dry brushing. I'll go in with just a little bit of this color that I mixed. Whoops. I just totally messed that up. I was looking at the camera. Whoops. I'm trying to figure out if I was in the screen. This takes some getting used to, people. Okay. I'm going to, up here, right, take a little of this. And I'm going to go, I like to do under the eyes. Add just pinky areas here and there. And across your cheeks and down the side of her face just slightly. And then I'll take some of my lighter tone and blend with that. Okay. To layer a lot when I do faces, so I build light layers instead of going crazy with really thick layers. I just kind of build my light layers. This is right now I'm using the skin tone that I mixed up just over this a little, just to kind of tone that. There's a lot of pink going on. Once it dries, it gets darker. That's one thing to remember, is your paints, how they look on your palette. Like if you're new to painting, especially with acrylics, it's different with watercolors. Watercolors dry differently, but they tend to dry lighter. But with acrylics, the color you have on your palette and the color you lay down is going to be lighter than what it dries to. It's always going to dry slightly darker. Use my smaller brush. I'm going to take a little of this brown and I'm going to mix it here with my skin tones. A tiny bit of my pink just to make a shadowy color. Just like that. Now I'm going to go in, okay, under her chin, just a little, create a shadow. The sun's coming this way, so I want her shadow to go this way. The highlight will be on this side where the sun hits, and the shadow will kind of wrap around this way. At least that's how I do it, and I hope it's correct. Right there. So that's not going to stay quite that dark. I think I'll probably darken it up in some areas. Remember, okay. And then I'm going to do kind of a little bit under her eyes, because your eyes are sunken in. So you want some good shadow around there. And not directly above her eye, but kind of, hold on, I'll zoom into her eye here. Flip this over. Oh wait, that way. Okay. So you have the top of her eye where her eyelid would be, right? So slightly above that, where the crease would be. I am just going to darken that area just ever so slightly. Tiny bit going up. into the shape. Like this area over here tends to be more puffy than this area. So it sticks out a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to take some more of my skin tone with the white and a little pink. Slightly lighter, and I'm going to blend it. Because that was a little too harsh for me. I didn't like that. And I'm going to go down around the bridge, like the edge of her nose, to create that shadow that would go up beside her nose. Right? So the light's coming in this way, so this side of her nose is going to be highlighted. Just slightly. I don't want heavy shadows on this. Like, sometimes you want heavy shadows. I don't really for this one. I just want a nice, light hint of a shadow. That's too heavy for me. There we go. That's better. I'm bringing it up in, shadowing in this area in between her nose, I mean between her eyes, where your nose naturally comes in. I don't always do that. I forget to do that, and then the nose kind of just looks really wide and undefined. Okay, I'll zoom back out. We do the same thing on the other eye, but lighter, because this eye is in shadow, this eye is in the light. So this side is going to be slightly lighter colored than the rest.